stretch and release class. For the class, you'll need a TheraBand, an exercise band, or something of the like. Now, if you can start kneeling, bring your hands quite wide on your band and relax the arms down by the side of your body. Close down your eyes and then let's connect to the breath. Breathing in through the nose and gently out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now allow the breath to flow, and as you're breathing, just become aware of both of your knees. And I just want you to see if you can equally weight both of your knees so that you don't feel like one leg is taking more body load than the other. Then once you've found that space or that place, press the legs down into the floor a little. And then with your tailbone that sits between your bottom cheeks, just imagine that becoming a little heavier so that you feel a slight amount of bottom connection. And then gently open up the eyes, put some tension on your TheraBand, and then let's inhale, take the hands to the ceiling. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, arms go to the ceiling. And exhale, releasing the arms down. Now, as you're moving through, so you can continue, just make sure that when the arms go up, that we're not arching through the back and putting unnecessary pressure on the back there. So think about the heavy tailbone cue I gave you, and then let's keep our tailbone down as the arms go up. That'll just assist you with allowing the shoulders to glide. And then the next time the arms are up, just hold there for a moment, and then let's open up our chest and allow the band to go back behind the body. Inhale the arms to the ceiling, and then exhale as you come to the top. So focusing here on stretching out your chest. And the chest muscles can generally get quite tight if we're playing on our phone for a long period of time, or maybe we're sitting at a desk using a computer. Anything that creates that forward position in the body. Making this next set your last one. So we inhale, we take the hands up. Exhale, arms stretch behind us, keeping the elbows straight. And then releasing the arms all the way back forward to release there. Keep the band in the hands, and then as you inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. One more in that direction. And then can we reverse it? Inhale up, exhale forward with your shoulders, allowing the body to move freely here so that we're not holding anything rigid, and then relaxing there. Now let's put some more pressure on the band, and then inhale, take your hands to the ceiling there. Now hold the position, anchor the tailbone to the floor, and then as we inhale, we take a side bend over to the right. The left hand reaches right up to the ceiling, so we're opening up that left side of our body. Keep holding, keep breathing, and then coming all the way back to the top. Over to the other side, taking a side bend, and then reach the right fingertips up to the ceiling there, so you feel that shoulder open on that side, and then coming all the way to the top. Inhale, over to the right, and watching here that we don't push our hips too far away, trying to keep them stationary in the middle if possible, reaching the left fingertips up, and coming all the way back to the center. One last time. Reaching the right fingertips up this time, opening that right side of your body. Coming back to the top, and then releasing both of the arms down. Now with the band, if you can pop that just by the side of your mat, because we'll come back to that a little later. And if I can get you to come down onto your mat, sitting down onto the bottom. Legs go nice and long in front of you, and just bring the hands back behind you so you can almost be in a bit of a slouch position. And just move your legs. Now, bring the right knee up in towards your chest and place the right foot over the top of the left thigh, planting that foot down into the mat. The left arm will go across the right leg. Right hand goes behind you. And then as you inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist the spine and looking over your right shoulder. Let's stay there together. And just as you're holding here, try and soften off your hips. And then re-lengthen the spine. So lift as tall as you can. One more breath there. Slowly coming back to the center, wrapping both of your hands around the right leg and bringing the right leg in towards your chest. Now, as you're seated here, sit as tall as you can and keep the knee drawing in towards your chest. And then releasing the right foot to the mat. Now with the same leg, bring the knee to the side so that the top part of your foot's actually flat on the mat. Bring the hands behind you and allow the body to lean back until you're getting a stretch in the top of that right thigh. If you're quite flexible, you might like to take this stretch down to the elbows or perhaps laying all the way down onto your back. Just listening to your body, in particular the lower part of your back. The position you choose should be pain-free in the lower back. Now let's close down the eyes, relaxing the body, connecting to the breath. Feeling the stretch in the right thigh and perhaps more to the outer side of your thigh. A few more moments there. And then let's come out of this position slowly. Bringing the right knee one last time up into your chest. And then releasing the right leg out. Two hands come back behind you and just sink into the arms, allowing your legs to relax for a moment there. And then lifting the body up, left knee, lift it into your chest and place the left foot over the top of the right thigh so your foot is flat on the floor. The right arm goes over your leg, the left one behind you. Lift tall through your spine and then exhale as you twist. Looking over your left shoulder. Just keep breathing as you're holding the position. Relaxing the hips now if you haven't already. Grow a little taller through the spine. Last breath. And then releasing. Coming back forward, hugging the left knee into the chest, sitting as tall as you can and hugging that knee a little stronger. Keep breathing as you're holding there. And then releasing the foot down. Now let's twist the left leg so the shin is on the floor. Top of the foot is touching the floor or the mat. And then taking that option first to come back to the hands. And maybe this is where you stay. Or perhaps you're coming down to the next stage where you're on your elbows. Or if you'd like to go that little bit deeper, perhaps you're laying all the way down on your back. Closing down the eyes and connecting to the breath. Just a few more moments. And then coming out of this slowly, taking your time. Once you're back to seated, we're giving the leg one more hug into the chest. And then releasing the foot down. Send the leg back out in front of you. Hands come back and allow the legs to relax for a moment there. So softening both of your hips, bending the elbows there, and then releasing the body. Now turn onto your left side. Bring the left elbow down onto the mat and have the legs stacked one on top of each other. Allow your underside body to relax all the way down. You'll feel your left shoulder lift, and then just allow the head to rest on your shoulder. Feeling the stretch through the side of your body, and then placing that right hand either on the body or perhaps you're using it to help you balance on the mat there. You might like to close down the eyes again as you're holding. If you're quite flexible, perhaps you might like to come up instead so that you're on your hand and just do the same thing where you allow your head to rest on your elbow. And you'll feel perhaps the stretch on the right side of the neck as well as that underside body. So choosing out of the two options which suits, and then we're staying there. Begin to lift the head, guide yourself up, perhaps bending the knees, and then you guys can turn over or flip around as I'm doing, and then let's set up on the other side. So we've got our right elbow down, our legs are out long, they're stacked on top of each other, underside waist sinks, other hand is rested or on top of your body, and then you're allowing your head to rest down on your shoulder there. Feeling the stretch through the underside part of the shoulder, the rib cage, and perhaps the left side of the neck. If you're quite flexible, again, if you're wanting that extra challenge, you might like to come up to the hand, and the exercise is exactly the same with resting the head down onto your shoulder. Try and soften a little deeper for these last few moments. Start to lift your head. Now, instead of coming back up, place your left elbow down onto the floor and then space your right one so that both of your elbows end up underneath your two shoulders. Fingers, they're all separate. Legs are apart, and we're energizing all of our toes down onto the mat. Allow the body to soften down into the mat to start with. So in a way, you kind of feel a little bit slouchy. And then from there, think of pulling your elbows in towards each other slightly, even though they don't move. And then press your hands into the floor as you lift your chest. So now you're becoming a bit more active in the stretch. Lightly press the hips into the floor. And eye line, I would suggest looking forward. Try and avoid hyperextending the neck. Few more moments, and then releasing your body all the way down. Now let's bring our arms wide to what's called stop sign, and what you're looking for is that your elbows are roughly in line with your shoulders, and then separate your legs slightly wider. Then turn your face so that the right ear is rested down on the floor, and just allow the whole body to soften so there's no muscle connection anywhere in your body. If it's too much on your neck, you're more than welcome to stay with the forehead down. And then let's go the opposite side. So we'll turn to the left side, resting the left ear down. and then lifting. Now let's start with our right ear down. And then from there, you'll start to lift the left elbow. And as you do, lift your head and then begin to lengthen the left arm and look right up towards the ceiling. Now on the opposite side, the elbow stays down. Exhale, release your body back down. Turn to the opposite side, lift the right elbow and look up towards the ceiling. Release the right elbow down, look towards the mat, turn, and then look up towards the ceiling. Continue flowing through. Try and keep your legs quite passive. Your back is relaxed. And just use the arms to create the movement so that we're stretching the upper part of our back. Now, as we go back to this first side, start to twist, but lift the left leg and reach it back behind you. Look over your shoulder and hold. Releasing it down. Looking to the right side, lift the right elbow, reach the right leg back, look to the ceiling and hold. Flowing through now. Inhale, twist to the left, lift the leg and look. Exhale, release. Inhale to the right, twist and look. And release. To the left. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale to the right. And releasing the body. Bring the hands to the side of your body. Press yourself up. Come into a child's pose, so bottom is on the heels, arms are out in front, forehead finds the mat. Inhale, lift your body. Come forward slightly of your mat, swivel your feet to the side, and bring the legs out in front of you. And then let's grab the TheraBand. Place your band around the arches of your 2 feet. Have your legs as straight as you can, sitting as tall as you can through your body. Now starting at the tailbone, we're going to inhale and then exhale, tailbone rolls under and then start to roll your body all the way down to the mat. Release your head to the floor. Inhale, chest lift. Exhale, roll your body all the way up. This time folding forward slightly and then rolling the body back. And coming all the way back up using the arms. Now take the left foot out of the band. Release yourself all the way down to the floor, and as you're doing so, raise the right leg to the sky. Rest the head down onto the mat. And then with your TheraBand, make sure it's flat around your foot. And then bring the toes towards the face so that you're feeling a calf stretch. And at this stage, we're not necessarily pulling our leg towards our head. The leg, you just want to be reaching that one up to the ceiling and starting with the toes to nose to feel the calf. By releasing the calf, so the muscle of the lower limb, it gives us more access into releasing our hamstring. You've got 3 more breaths as you're holding there. Ease off your foot a little, and now let's go into the hamstring stretch. Keeping the right thigh heavy on the floor. Left leg, you can be pressing that down into the mat. Relaxing the shoulders. Now place the band into just the left hand. Right hand can be rested on the floor. And then slowly take your leg across your body to the left hand side. And just go until you find your first edge of your stretch. So that could be the back of the leg or the side of the hip, just depending on where you're tight. Let your right hip lift away from the floor. And you might like to even go all the way so that your right foot is rested on the floor. Or perhaps you could put a cushion or a block underneath the right foot. Close down the eyes when you get there. Open up the arms nice and wide. If the leg is still lifted, that's no problem. The left arm will be lifted and then the right arm will be reaching away. Last breath there. To come out of it, soften your knee a touch. Begin to bring your body all the way back to the top. Left leg comes up, goes in the band, and then we take the right leg out and rest it on the floor. So to start with, we're just wanting the leg stretching straight up, and then we're applying pressure into the foot so the toes come closer to the face, so we feel that calf stretch. Holding it stationary there. Just a few more moments. Easing off the foot, coming into your hamstring stretch, making sure that the left hip doesn't lift off the floor, and you might like to press in through that right leg, so pushing down onto your mat. Breathe in through the nose, gently out through the mouth. And then let's release. Give the band to the right hand. Left hand can be rested on the floor. Start to take the leg across your body until you feel your stretch. Perhaps you stop about where I am, where we're still in the air. And then the left arm can go wider. Or perhaps you go all the way down to the floor with your leg. Just holding the position. Soften off the left knee a touch, bring the leg back to the ceiling, and then you can take your foot out of your band. Hug both of your knees up into your chest. And then perhaps you're rocking your body from side to side there. Place just the left foot down onto the mat. Cross the right ankle over your thigh. And then hug both of your knees into your chest. Your left hand will go around the left shin for your supine glute stretch. If you feel like this is too strong, you could always have the hand behind the back of the thigh. And the other thing, if the head is lifted off the floor, good idea to pop a cushion under the head so the neck is supported. Last breath, pull a little bit stronger and then release your body. Other side, so putting the left ankle over the right thigh, scooping up the right leg or hugging both knees towards you, and then we're popping our hand either over the shins or from the back over the back of the leg. Little bit deeper with that stretch, use your arms and then releasing the leg. Now bring both knees in towards your chest. Reach both of your arms in the middle of your legs and then pop your hands to the outer edge of your feet. From there, breathe in and then breathe out, lift the right heel towards the ceiling. And you're going to hold that position, imagining that the right knee is trying to get really heavy towards the armpit. And then releasing that leg over to the left side, breathe out, lift it, holding that foot. Again, knee dropping towards the armpit. And then releasing it. This time both legs go up. 2 knees towards 2 armpits. Perhaps rocking the body from side to side for a few. Holding in the center, dropping those knees a little deeper. If it feels too much for the hips, perhaps just coming back to that first position while you're holding. Last breath. Heels come together. Bring your feet to the floor. Now start with the legs and the feet together and then just allow both of your knees to drop out to the outside. And then let's find the base of your feet and let's push them gently together. Bring the arms wide and just closing down the eyes, allowing your hips to open. Now, if for any reason this feels a little bit strong for your body, what you can do, either with cushions or blocks, whatever you have available to you, you can actually prop them underneath the outside of your thighs to give you more of a supportive stretch, which allows you to actually completely relax, so you'll get more out of that stretch. If you feel like you're holding tension when you're stretching, it can be counterproductive. So wanting to get ourselves into the optimal position where we can completely relax. Close down the eyes if you haven't already. And just take a moment, just allowing your breath to flow gently. Now you're either welcome to stay here and just turn the video off, or if you'd like to start coming out of the position, slowly begin to bring the knees together. Hug the knees in towards your chest and then roll yourself up to a seated position. Once you're in the seated position, crossing the legs, hands come down onto the knees. I'll just gently roll the neck from side to side. Last time. Coming all the way back into the center. Inhale the arms to the ceiling. And then exhale, releasing the body to finish.